Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Judy, and today I'm going to show you how I make my own doilies. I'm not really good with taking a regular doily and fixing it up and doing all kinds of fancy things with it, so I thought I would go ahead and make my own doilies. So this is what I did, and I'm going to show you real quick. I'm not going to do the coloring, putting the color on all of these I'm going to show you. I'm just going to basically show you what to do, and then I will come back and show all my finished product on my community page. So what you're going to do first is I picked out specialty papers. So you want to pick out something that you think is pretty, or something that you will think will go with some really cool stencils. So what I did is I did pick this specific one here that had all the different colors, like the burgundy and the yellow and the green. And what I did is I took a stencil and I stenciled over it to give it a little more depth and a little more design. And cut around it with some decorative scissors to give it a type of an edge, kind of like a doily. And you can probably add little hole punches and whatnot, however you want to do, to make it appear how you'd like it to appear. So how I did these, and I will do one real quick for you, and then I'll go ahead and we'll kind of color this one in and see what it looks like. But I did this one here beforehand, and this one I thought was really cool looking on some corrugated gold shimmery specialty paper. And then this one here I thought was really cool because it already had this design on the specialty paper. And so I went ahead and I did my stencil, and I don't know if you could see it on there. It's really clear, it's actually impasto is what it is, which is a clear gel acrylic medium, which is one of my favorites to use. So I just stenciled in the middle of that, and then I cut out the design so that could be the edges of my doily. And I might even go as far as to punch some holes and maybe run some ribbon through it or something. I don't know just yet. But there's so many different possibilities. I can distress the edges on this as well to enhance the cutout design of it here on the edges. There's just all kinds of stuff you can do to it. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and show you what I used. I did use these really cool stencils that I purchased. I think I used, let's see, which one did I use? I used this one, and then I used this one. And I will link below where I purchased them from. They had some really cool ones, which I thought were neat, and I thought, oh, I'll get those and I can make my own doilies. So that's really where I came up with the idea at. I didn't look on YouTube to see if anybody else had done it or anything beforehand. But if they did, I haven't seen it. So anyway, they're just some really cool stencils, and they were not expensive at all. But they're good quality, very sturdy. I don't think they're going to fall apart or tear easy. So I was really excited about those. So what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to utilize this stencil, and I'm going to use this shiny specialty paper. So it's really nice and shimmery. And what you need is, you can either use a protractor, which is what I used on the other ones. If I didn't use one of these, I used my protractor. Or if you don't have a protractor, of course, just grab something round. Or if you're doing something square, maybe you want to do a square doily or a rectangle doily. Right here, I've got this little soap thing here, so I can trace around it if I'd like. You know, I've got this here. I can trace around it if I like. So it just depends on what you would like to do. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to take my protractor and I'm going to put it to, let's see here. Let's do because I want to make sure I got enough to do it. Let's see, 2. Let's do 2.5. We'll do 2.5. So I'm going to put that where I think it's like about the middle. And of course, trace. And I haven't used one of these in like years, literally years. Probably since grade school or junior high. In fact, I didn't even own one. I had to call my husband and say, hey, you don't happen to have a protractor out in the garage, do you? And he did in his toolbox, so I went out and got it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and back it down to 2 inches instead of 2.5 inches. And find my hole right there, and I'm going to go ahead and make another mark right through here. If I've got enough pencil left. It was pretty much a nub when I got it. I should have sharpened it probably before I got on here. And I'm just really having a hard time maneuvering this because, like I said, I haven't used this in like 20 million years. All right, so I took care of that. And then what I'm going to do is I've got some decorative scissors. And I have not used the scalloped ones yet. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. And I'm going to cut around the outside edge. It's going to give me my decorative doily edge. And I want to go this way. So I'm just going to cut on the line of this outside one. And hopefully I'll get it pretty well dead on there on the line. So that my circle's not off. Okay. There we go. So I've got my decorative edge. All right. Then I'm going to go ahead and take, and I want something that's clear. This one here that I did on this one, this homemade doily here, is a semi-opaque acrylic texture medium with a satin finish by Golden. And you can still see, you know, the color of the paper underneath it until, of course, I do what I'm going to do, and then you won't be able to, but you'll be able to see the hints of everything else that doesn't get color put onto it. And then, like I said, the other ones were done in the impasto. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to do the stenciling, but I want to do it within this circle right here. Because I'm going to probably decorate the outside some other way, color something in, or doodle, or do whatever I want. But I'm going to go ahead and put this right in the middle. And this is a stencil by Stencil Girl Products. All right, so I'm going to put that in there how I want. And I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to use... I'm going to go ahead and use the modeling paste again because I used the impasto on 2. And then this will have made me use this one on 2. So then I'm going to take my palette knife, put a little on the back side, and try not to sling it everywhere like I almost did. And just want to hold this firmly down and kind of spread some on it just to hold it down so that when you move it, it doesn't come up, or you could tape it down, whichever. I usually just make it stay down with the paste. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to get as much of this as I can inside that. And just a little more. I'm not going to do it real super thick. You can, you know, how you can do it as thick or as thin as you want. I just want like a thin coat on it. If I could do this right. Yep. Right, I'm going to hit my camera here and rock you guys. And hopefully my arm is not getting in the way. Okay, so I'm going to take off that excess that I don't want and put it back on the in my container so that it doesn't get wasted. And I think that will be perfect. So good enough. And put my palette over there. Go ahead and close up my product. Okay. If I can get the lid on right. Okay. So then I would peel up that, and I'll put that over there so I can get ready to soak that when I get off of here. Now I did get some excess on the outside. I'm going to go ahead and wipe that off with my finger. A lot of times you'll want to use a towel, or excuse me, a paper towel, which I have laying right there, and I just had it out so I could stick my stencil on top of it, and my palette knife for the moment. But so that's basically what you're going to do, and I can, you know, erase that line, or I can dry it. Oh, not dry it. I can trace it and such, but I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, so you'll see the finished product of this later, but you can see how that's on there, and I think it's going to turn out really good once I'm done. If I distress the edges and whatnot. So put that to the side, and let's go ahead and just do this little one real quick. We'll color it in, and what I have is, here is some alcohol markers. You could use some distress oxides. I'm sure there's several things that you could use on this. I'm just going to go ahead and use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this vivid green, and we'll just do some of the, and you might still even be able to still see underneath it. We'll find out. I don't know what it's going to look like till I'm done, but I think it's going to make what's underneath it pop more. See, it is, so I like that. So I'll do this in some various different spots. And we'll see what it ends up looking like, because I'm going to add some other color to it. And you don't have to do, you know, a picture, or excuse me, the specialty paper that has designs on it. I just kind of thought that I would. Just to make it that much more prettier or unique or what have you. All right. This. And it goes fairly quick. A lot of times I will take my heat gun and I will dry my mediums because I'm very impatient with waiting for those to dry. So unless I've done something like late at night, it's going to be, I'm going to get that out and I'm going to dry it real quick. So let's see here, I'll put one here. I already pre-picked out my colors. They're basically the same colors that are in it. I just wanted to kind of make it pop more. Let's see, maybe a little more over on this side. Yeah, we'll do that. And then I can turn around and I can use these for tuck spots and little pockets, and because I swear to you guys, I will sit there and I will take a doily and I will sit and stare at it. It's like I go brain dead. But I found that if I make my own, I have tons of ideas. It's just really weird. It's probably just, you know, mind over matter thing, but this gives me a chance to create even more. Anyway, so, all right, so let's forget the green there and put that one back, and I'm going to go ahead and get this one out. This is Old Red. So we will see what that does. Hopefully it looks good with this. Ooh, it's like really red. It's a little too red probably for that. I don't know. We'll see. And I can always tone it down with something else too. So let's see here. I don't know that I'm real happy with that. With the burgundy. But since I already started it, I'll put in a little bit here and there. And like I said, I can always try to take something and lighten it up a bit. Like a picket fence. It's called picket fence. I'll put like a little white wash over it and then recolor it. So we'll see. Because all is not lost. This is also kind of like a mixed media project as well. And with mixed media, you can fix things or add things and fix it right up. Okay. You could even glue some lace around the underside of it as well, so that it could stick out. That would be really cool to do as well once you're done. Well, this red might not be too bad. I have not decided yet. Alright, let's see here. This goes down like this. And let's see, there. Probably some here. Let's see here if I should put it anywhere else. Right here. Like I said, I'm just coloring right over that golden modeling paste. All right, and let's see here. Let's go ahead and I'm going to grab a yellow out of here. Melon yellow. We'll see what that looks like on some of this. Let's see right here. Let's see, where else am I missing? Right here. Here. And it's just easy to see because you can see that white, clear, filmy look of it. And do some here on these spots. So it does go quick. This is not taking long at all. You can, of course, plan your project around it. If you're doing a journal, what colors and designs. There we go. Okay, where else am I missing? Let's see here. Over here. Let's see, did I miss anything? That was the red one. I think I've got it all. I think I did get it all. Okay. So that's that. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Distress Oxide and we're going to just run it around the edges. You know, I have my little dabber thing, or whatever you want to call it, that I can put it on with, but I'm just going to rub it along the edges like this. I don't use those other things half the time. I do just fine getting it on there like this. So I'm just trying to highlight the edges of it. Maybe I should have used a different color. I don't know. I might change it later. We'll see. All right. Kind of bringing it in a little bit. More than on the edge. Okay. I think that will be that. All right. Let's see here. And then you can kind of see some of the pencil marks. So I will erase those. Or you can go over it with a little bit of ink just to kind of fade them out. Where I had made my lines. So there you go. There is my homemade doily. And like I said, you could put ribbon behind it and glue it on or sew it on. You can make some cool stitching on it. You can punch holes around it and, you know, put some sari silk through it or some really pretty ribbons. You know, anything that you want to do. So that is my little tutorial, guys. Like I said, later on, I'm going to come back and I will put these all on my community page and I'll show you the done product on these once I completely finish them, off camera, of course, as well as this one that I just stenciled on there and throw them on there. So, all right, guys, if you have any questions, please let me know. Throw it in the comments. I'd be happy to answer as soon as I can for you. If you have any ideas of things that you can do to these, you know, throw those in the comments. Let me know what you think. If there's anything in particular that you'd like to see me do, put that in the comments as well. I'm game to try anything. I love, like, most any craft. I don't really think I've really come across too many that I don't like. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. If you're new, please like, subscribe, hit that bell. I would certainly enjoy you guys joining me on my crafty journey. And I love all you guys. Happy crafting, you guys, and I will catch you later on the next video. Bye.